Right, welcome along to the game between Brentford and Liverpool at the G-Tech. A few incidents from this one to look at, and the joy of me being on air before our programming means I have no idea what you guys are going to say about anything, but we're going to get straight into it. Some of these are a little bit more clear-cut, aren't they, Dermot, because we have the penalty appeal by Liverpool when they thought Nathan Collins had fouled Cody Gakpo. Now, this incident, it was pivotal because, of course, Brentford scored their second goal just 2 minutes later. No penalty was given. Why was that, Dermot?
Very interesting to say clear cut. I don't think this is clear cut. I just spoke to Charlie Austin, who said when he saw it, his first reaction was penalty. When you look, Nathan Collins plants his foot. He does no more. He doesn't make a challenge. I think Gakpo anticipates the challenge. It doesn't come, and he goes over, but it's not foul.
Make sense?
Yeah, we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start today, because I was going to say the same thing. I think initially when you look at it, you think penalty straight away, but then when you actually see it in slow motion, and we've got the privilege of having that, he's looking for it, Gakpo is. He realises he's shifted the ball. Collins has put his foot down, but he hasn't gone into his legs, and he's just gone over. So I think it was the right decision in the end, and a very good spot.
OK, the incident, again, as you say, it becomes a lot more clear when you do slow it down, and we have the joy of doing that.
Yeah, I think there's, as well, like, there's, from certain angles it can look a certain way. From this one here, like, you can't see much because obviously the defender's in the way. The one is when you see it straight on, where you can see that he's put his foot down, but he's not actually had any contact with his legs, or his knees or anything like that. You know, like the Saka one. He hasn't had that kind of impact onto his body, so it's a great decision.
It is. I think Simon Hooper has done really marvellous there, because it does look a penalty. Yeah. There's no doubt it looks a penalty, and so Charlie thought it was a penalty. You look at the replay and you see so different, but Simon Hooper has one look, makes one decision, gets it right.
Credit where credit's due.
Absolutely. There you go. Right, we're going to move on to the decision from the VAR to intervene and actually award a penalty to Brentford in the second half. We've got referee Tim Robinson in charge for the second half, because Simon Hooper suffered injury, so he had a great first half. He was off, but explain why this penalty. Yeah, talk us through this then, Dermot.
Right, it's a penalty that would only be given with VAR, Hayley, there's no doubt about that. Tim Robinson gives a foul, the VAR looks, and it's on the line, and the line is owned by the goalkeeper, so it's part of the penalty area. Because it's on the line, then defaults to a penalty, but without that, you would never see that in the naked eye.
Yeah, again, I think that's another example of cute play from an attacker. I think it's Dango there. He's gone away from goal, and Virgil. It gets to a point where Virgil thinks he can win the ball, and then Dango's just like towed the ball away before he can get there. And again, it's cute play, and by the letter of the law, it is a penalty. But I would look at that and I would say that's soft.
It helps though when we can freeze those pictures and very clearly see where it is there.
Because that's the luxury the VAR's got, isn't it? That he can look from different angles, he can freeze the frame, and as I say, you would never give that with a naked eye, because you'd be in so much doubt that you would default to free kick because you couldn't be certain it was in there. OK. Right. Well, Dermot, you've picked out another penalty.
Liverpool's afternoon at the G-Tech Community Stadium ended in heartbreak as they fell 3-2 to Brentford, marking their fourth consecutive defeat in the Premier League. From the start, Brentford made clear their tactical blueprint, using long throws and swift transitions to destabilize the Reds, and Liverpool's vulnerabilities were brutally exposed. Dango Ouattara opened the scoring in the 5th minute after flick-ons from a Michael Coyote throw, and Kevin Shada added a second just before halftime, slaloming between defenders to fire past Georgi Memerbeshvili. Liverpool pulled one back in first-half stoppage time through Milos Kerkiz's finish from a Connor Bradley delivery, offering hope for a comeback. Early in the second half, Liverpool looked to seize control, but their attempts were cut short by a pivotal moment. A foul by Virgil van Dijk on Ouattara went initially unpunished, but following a lengthy VAR check, the referee reversed his on-field decision, awarding a penalty. Igor Thiago stepped up and calmly converted, restoring Brentford's 2-goal cushion. That decision stirred controversy. Manager Arne Slot later questioned the consistency, comparing it to another moment involving Cody Gakpo, which went uncalled. Liverpool tried to rally. In the 89th minute, Mo Salah struck from close range, his momentum renewed as he ended a barren run in league goals. But despite a frantic finish and an extended spell of added time, Liverpool couldn't find the equalizer. Brentford's defense held firm, navigating pressure and crosses until the final whistle. The penalty decision proved a turning point. Liverpool had moments to unsettle Brentford, yet the change in the call swung momentum decisively. Slot admitted that the decision left him frustrated, suggesting that if shown side by side with other contentious incidents, referees might view both as marginal, but that only one should have gone his team's way. This defeat deepens the crisis. The Reds have now gone 9 matches without a clean sheet and have lost 4 in a row in the league for the first time since 2021. Arne Slot described the loss as among the most disappointing in his tenure, admitting Liverpool are struggling to adapt to how opponents are setting up against them. The posting of chants targeting Slot by Brentford fans during the match only added pressure to an already fraught evening. At this juncture, Liverpool sits 6th in the table, already several points behind the leaders, and face a must-win situation in their upcoming Carabao Cup trip to Crystal Palace. The squad must reset fast, repair defensive lapses, regain composure under pressure, and hope that key decisions, such as the controversial penalty, don't tip the balance going forward.